All right, folks, welcome to the Blue Guardian monthly update. We've got 4 traders taking on the challenge. You're going to find out how everyone got on, including myself, this past month of January 2024. Welcome to the Blue Guardian monthly update. Let's dive in.
An update on my Blue Guardian challenge. Trading in January has been extremely difficult. I'm not even going to lie to you. I took a couple trades because I've been trading the challenge for the last 2 weeks. So I managed to take a few trades, but unfortunately I hit quite a few stop losses. So this is just an example over here with AUD Swiss franc. I was short on this and my stop loss got hit and then it dropped to hit my target, and the same thing happened with USD CHF as well. However, I did manage to actually get a profitable trade over here. It was a very quick trade. I think this was actually FOMC that did this, so I definitely appreciate that. But earlier on in the week, or the week before that, I took this trade on USD franc and it hit my stop loss and then continued to hit my target. So initially I was risking about 1% per trade, which was extremely reckless, especially considering that we were locked in such a tight range over the last 30 days. I decided to actually reduce my risk per trade to 0.5%. And as you can see, I am currently in a drawdown right now by -2%. However, I'm hopeful that as of next month, which is February, we're going to start seeing some nice trending movements, because I do not really trade well when we're locked in a range. I am not a scalper, I am a swing trader, so I like these extended moves, and I felt like for as long as we're in this box over here, I was not going to get any extended moves whatsoever. But now that we've broken up or broken out of this consolidation over here, thanks to NFP, which is on Friday, I'm hoping that we're going to see some nice decent moves from now on, and then I can get back to break even or possibly even pass the challenge altogether.
Hey guys, welcome to this monthly update for the Blue Guardian challenge. Been doing on Trading Nut. Things aren't going too well, so we had a bit of some dramas over Christmas, New Year, leading into the start of the year. So things were tracking pretty nicely. We got up to around like 5% positive, then the wheels fell off. So bumped the risk up and then just took a couple silly errors. I think the first one was just quickly rushing from one trade from a personal account to this prop account where the lot sizes are different. And I was just busy. I was in a rush. So risked a lot more than I expected. So that one I had to quickly get out of, and then that kind of just set the ball rolling. So kept the risk at the same because the prop challenge had been going for some time, so I really wanted to just get this one over, kept the risk up, and then just got stuck on a losing streak. So just took loss. So I very quickly lost the profits that we're up to. It's in drawdown now. And now I'm just trying to recoup, see what I want to do with it, because it can get distracting with trading prop accounts when you got that drawdown limit. Like you're not too worried about having a few losses on your personal account because you can recover, and maybe get you in a rut, or the market conditions just weren't suitable for that time. And it's not a good idea to trade, really, personally, over Christmas, New Year. Anyway, got caught in gold because on as seen on quite a few of the updates, it's not the best. The spreads weren't that great for London Open, for German 40, for the thing that I prefer to do in London Open. So I kind of just went away from that and started trading things that I don't normally trade as much in the London session, like gold or NASDAQ. Put a few pending orders. It didn't work out. So the whole combination of things. No one else to blame. It was just I pulled the trigger. I decided on these trades I thought were a good idea. I risked too much. So now I need to work my way out of this, or to see what I can do with it. So I don't have much wiggle room. Let me just share the screen and then sort of show you where things fell apart. I've been doing, the market's been fantastic the last few weeks, and it was really this period back over here, like over the Christmas New Year, because I wasn't trading. I got stuck on a gold trade, so that I did get stuck. I took a trade sometime in between here, and it was a really, really nice opportunity, but I couldn't get out of it. So I got the trade entered, and I had pretty low risk on this one, and I just couldn't get out of it. I kept on saying to close, but it was just timing out after like 3 or 4 minutes. I'm not sure if it was MT5 that was having issues on the phone, or if it was something to do with the back end of the server. Didn't really do too much damage, so that wasn't the issue, but I did decide to stop trading on it. And then when I came back, I just got caught into this one here. I got stuck on this trade of the news. So this is NFP. that one hurt a bit, and then I got a few little losses in here. Anyway, it's got all in trading German. So let's have a little look at the prop account. See, as you can see, here is the disaster that we have. Shocking to look at, but we had been steady, keeping risks super low, and just like grinding higher and higher and higher. And I was getting pretty close, and then that was when I took a loss. That was a mistake. Then we crawled back, and then it was just a loss. Crawled back a little bit, and then I kept the risk up. I just went loss, and that just did the damage. So I'm only playing with about I've got 0.5%, not even 0.5% wiggle room now. Yeah, 0.5%. So I've just been taking the time to enjoy getting back into the regular streams and like just trading, because the thing is like you can recover from that. This is nothing to recover from. But if I've only got 0.5% wiggle room, then it does make it a lot more difficult. So I'm embracing the challenge. And if it blows up, maybe I just have to give it another go. But learn a lot from this. Learn a lot, just the pressures of doing a very public prop account challenge, especially ones I'm taking the trades on the streams, and especially something that I'm taking trades, trying to navigate the spread issue that I had with German 40. So yeah, I've enjoyed it. It is interesting to see. And then the main thing, I think the take home messages is just on prop accounts, never ever go with much risk. So because as soon as you get a few losses in a row, now you've really got to worry about where your limit is. Because if you drop down too much, it's like I can't risk 1% now, because if it even goes in a little bit of drawdown, the account will blow up. And if that was a normal account, you wouldn't have that same sort of issue. It would just be the same as a trade. Losing streaks of high risk, not a good idea. But that's where we're sitting. So let's see if I can pull myself back out of this disaster that we've got. For taking a few trades on the streams this week with this prop account, we would be seeing some, would have a different tune. But I've just left it at the moment, so I haven't traded for this for about 3 weeks. I've just been focusing on my own personal accounts and the streams, and then just thinking about how I'm going to get out of this one, recalculate how much risk I've got. But it's not impressive to look at, that's for sure. But this is trading, so you gotta embrace the good times with the bad times. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I'll see you guys on streams for this week. Hopefully we have another fantastic week. Okay, so take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, folks, so I thought we'd better start with the account that I ended up blowing before I started my new account. So this was the first account I had. So I had been running it for quite some time. I can't see the exact date here that I started it, but we had 138 trades in it. It was going all right when I was down on the lower timeframes. Then I jumped back up to the higher timeframes, reduced my markets as well, and it didn't go so well. I've got to say it was actually pretty bad, really, since I did move to that higher timeframe. I should have maybe stuck with the lower timeframe, but even though this was going up, the commissions were actually putting it sort of about here. It wasn't really growing at all. So I decided that I'd actually prefer to do the higher time frames, easier to trade, that kind of thing. And what I found was the trades I was taking about this time were just not the winning trades. I made a couple of mistakes. You can see all the weekly updates I did before Christmas. Then in January, it just went south pretty majorly. Some of the things were, the good trades, the trades that were working out were happening on the candle that I wasn't trading. For example, like there'll be a 3-hour trade here, but in the day I'd get the 1-hour loss, and then in the night when it hit at 3 a.m. I couldn't get the order on, it'll be a 3-hour win. So I was kind of missing the really good trades. I think I missed 2 or 3 good trades in here. And in fact, the last trade here, which turned out to be a loss because it blew the account, was a 3-hour winner. So it was just one of those things where it just didn't work out. Now what I've done to sort of try and compensate for that is I created a little algo that's going to help me semi-automate the trading. So what I do is I draw a couple of lines on the chart, and then when certain things happen, it will then kick in and take the trade on my behalf at that 3 a.m. or it could even be during the day. So that's what I've done to combat it. Now I've started a new account, so another 100k account, which is here. So this is the third one I'm on. So we can see here the first trade was actually a good win. In fact, I walked through it on my weekly updates. It wasn't a good win. It should have been way bigger. It was a 3-hour win that I ended up getting like not even 1 hour on, because I think it was news and the spreads trades were wide or just the latency. I don't know what happened during the news, but it was news related. Took me out at 3 hour on the demo, copied across here and gave me like half an hour, also just under 1 hour. Then I had a break-even trade, which was a part of the robot fault. So the new robot I put in, that was an issue with the robot. Now that would have been a loss. And then I did miss the first loss on this account because it didn't copy across. So it would have probably been about this level anyway. Then I had this catastrophe last week, which was really just poor performance on my part, and then another poor performance got me this little bit back. So I'm kind of at basically break even. I mean, you can see here that's slightly over at $100,010, but with commissions it's brought it down just under, like a smidge under. So I'm basically back at break even, which is okay. Now what happened on the charts, so I won't go into detail on the old account because there's quite a few trades in there and they're all just losses. So this was where I started here. So I had this loss up here, which I missed on the account. Then I had this 3 hour win, which was to the pip. You can see here the news. It was like a 1 minute candle that went all the way down and all the way up. I got up out around here on the Blue Guardian. And then this was the break even, which was a robot trying to get me out. It would have been a loss. Then I had, this was the catastrophe. Why did I enter at the very end of the week? It was my setup. I thought I'd better take it. I don't ever really see gold gap like this. This gapped dramatically. And then it took me out way past my stop loss, which meant I had to claw back more than 1 hour. Later on in the week, I didn't see any other setups across the course of the week. Then later on in the week, I had this trade here, which I actually missed. I was too slow and I was trying to get the order on. I was trying to get the bot to take it and it wasn't quite matching the rules. So what I ended up having to do was manually enter the trade, and I was awake, so it was fine. Manually entered the trade, and then the price spiked in my direction on the 1 minute because I was having to be on the 1 minute chart to enter it. And I was like, oh, I better put it on. And I guessed the lot size and I guessed it like horrendously wrong. I was 5 times out. So I put my stop loss up. Thankfully, it didn't get hit. It probably would have been close to blowing the Blue Guardian account at this point, but I knew that I was trying to get to a certain level, so I didn't pay the commission to get out at a small profit, which I did eventually. I mean, it was many hours later, like 7 or 8 hours later, and then it went to my target, and then that was basically 1 hour. And I think because of the way I'm copying it across, I don't quite get the 1 hour every time I get 1 hour on this account. So that's how that played out. We had an NFP, nothing else for the remainder of the week. So that was it for me on the Blue Guardian. Let's go and check out the next trader.
All right, good day, folks. I haven't done a review in quite a while. We've been taking a little bit of break from it, and so it's a little different this time. I don't have details on every trade I took for the month of January, at least not right at this moment in the time frame that I have available. So what I wanted to do is touch base here on the Blue Guardian dashboard. The amount of not the amount, but you can see after rough start, lots of drawdown. This last, it doesn't show the date in here, but the last month or so, I think it's been 5-6 weeks that it's just started to curl up. So things are taking a turn for the good. This shows the whole picture of the challenge. I did pull out just this month from MetaTrader's report dashboard here. So not too bad. I'm pretty thankful for it. A little bit of a mindset shift over the holidays and some decent trades. So I'm looking forward to continuing this on. Continuing to dig out of the hole. It's a long ways to go, but I'm confident that I can make it happen. You can see a little bit over $100 in profit, which is current risk. It's like between 5 and 6 R over the course. So it's slow because I have low risk, but it's gone. So that's the chart. I'm going to go ahead and show one trade that I particularly liked that worked out just really well, which also highlights the little shift that I've made that's made a huge difference. So not this one off to the left here. That was a break even. This one here, this move comes up, breaks structure, and this is on the 5-minute chart, Euro USD, back on the 10th. And my previous trading wasn't being patient enough for both a move on a 5-minute and then a pullback into an area of interest, this in case of fair value gap with a even order block down there, so that, 5-minute patience, so that when I get down to 1 minute, I look for the next bit of it, which is just like a zoomed in view of the same thing. So I waited for the 5-minute with an area of interest. Now zoomed in here on the 1 minute after it's come into this area, which is a tan box, does the same thing, breaks structure, leaves an area of interest, that's where my entry was. First exit is quick, and it's about 1R is my typical exit. Essentially, each trade has 2 entries in it, and the first exit is just a quick cover in case it's the wrong time for the move. This case is just when it worked out perfectly, and I get to leave it up at about 5R on the second half of the trade. So it worked out quick and nicely. They certainly don't all work out this way, but this one highlights well the mental shift of just being patient, taking less trades that pay off a little bit better. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to keep going. This last week only had a few trades. Is just bananas with all the news drops. So there wasn't a lot of opportunities that I found that worked for me. So overall, month looked good, and I'm looking forward to February. Appreciate the time, Cam, and thanks for the opportunity.
Hey folks, what a view behind me. I'm at Black Bull Markets headquarters here in Auckland, New Zealand. Speaking of views, you can get TradingView paid plans for free at Black Bull Markets, saving you up to $600 a year. That's right, get either the Essential, Plus or Premium plans absolutely free, and all you need to do is trade from one lot a month at Black Bull Markets. And you can also get a 100% deposit bonus for your first deposit up to $1,000. All you need to do is click the Trading Nut link in the description below.